All right, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the men of Great Millstone who continually feed the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And salutations to the hopeful elect Akim who faithfully dealing in this truth in all sincerity. And I want to go into some, just expound more on something like me and Akim was discussing, like the times we coming into, and it's right around the corner, basically, that it's a lot of, we're finna come into the times where hey, brothers going to get weeded out, all right? In particular, the men who in this truth, all right? Because the Lord said judgment must begin at the in the house of the Lord. All right, with the circumcised. The circumcised is you ones who know you're Israelites. And the Bible, man, basically, all right, this word is a narrator, man. All right, when you get deep into these scriptures and you understand the scriptures, you ain't got to wonder what guy's going to make it through. All right? The scripture tell you, he who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. All right? And when you look up that word endure, the word means to make hard. All right? It means to make hard. And the only way you get made hard is you got to catch hell. See? That's how you get made hard. That's how you endure. All right? If you never catch hell, first of all, if you're not catching hell, that means you an illegitimate child anyway. All right? And the men of the Lord see that. We see who catching hell and who ain't catching hell. It's easy to proclaim that you're a man of the Lord, this and that, when everything going your way, man. All right? But we gonna see in a minute who gonna be built, all right? Because you got, just say like that clown Baloo, all right? Nigga be coming on my page putting dislikes on every video I make and shit. But you got clowns like that. When you look at the nigga videos, the nigga sitting in his house, nigga got a nice little set up apartment. You know what I mean? House music playing in the background and shit. Central L blowing. All right? Guess what? That nigga gonna bug out when all hell break loose. And it's niggas in GMS gonna do the same thing. Why? Because they're not being made hard. They're not going through endurance. All right? An example is, you might have a kid and you cuddle that kid, all right? But when you send that kid out to the real world, soon he faced with adversity, he gonna fall apart. Why? Because you wasn't a good teacher to that kid. You cuddled him, all right? But the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, his children, he throw us in the fire, man. But it's a method to that madness. The reason why we catching hell and going through a lot of things, that's a way the Most High is getting us ready for the times to come, man. All right? It ain't gonna be so foreign to you when the food shortages happen. Why? Because you already was in situations where you couldn't eat. All right? I mean, just one of many examples. All right? So that's the Lord, all right, prepping us and getting us ready. So like I said, this scripture is a narrator. It lets you know basically what niggas gonna bug out. You know what I'm saying? And this is Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourge every son whom he receiveth. So yeah, if you're not chastening and you ain't going through hell, everything, you just going through the motions, you just breezing through. All right, guess what? You not of the Lord, man. The Lord setting you up for a fall. All right? Matter of fact, it's the spirit, one of the brothers, I think that was GMS Born Again, he put a video out, I think last night, and the spirit was on me to do this, but, I was held up, but it was the spirit. He came with a video, and I think the title of it was, there's no smooth selling in this truth. And it's correct, because if you in the truth and everything going your way, All right, you just laid back, you know, and you ain't got no worries. Guess what? The Lord ain't dealing with you, man. He's setting you up, man. When all hell break loose, you're going to be like a deer in the headlights, man. All right, reading on. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So yeah, it said, if ye endure, all right, and that word endure means to make hard. How you gonna be made hard when you know where your next meal coming from, all right, and you know that, you know, you can go and turn your lights on in your house and your lights gonna be on, your lights gonna be paid, or you know your water on, you know, just the little simple necessities that keep you at ease. It keep you complacent, basically. It's you spiritually complacent whether you know it or not. You might be in the truth, but in reality, you're not being prepped for the times to come because the Most High ain't dealing with you, man. All right? Verse 8. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So, hey, the men of the Lord is partaking in hell, man. If you're not catching no hell, that's the scripture showing you, man, right there that you are not of the Lord, man. And it's like, you know, an analogy, you know, just say like you could be in sports, all right? You can know the playbook, all right? But they got a such thing as called game speed, all right? You can know the playbook, but when you get thrust in the game, you got to catch up with game speed, all right? That's because you ain't experienced game speed yet. It's also a saying called stage fright. All right, you could be the best singer in the world, but until you get on that stage, you're going to have stage fright. All right, that's going to be foreign to you. That's why it's important to go through chastisement, man. That's how we know who the ones are going to be able to endure, man. Because the Most High is going to be prepping them, man. Because the Most High is the ultimate counselor, man. He the best teacher. And how do you teach a person? With experience, man. All right? With experience. There's no greater teacher than experience. And Yahweh Shai is the greatest teacher, all right? This is Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. But the one I want to focus on is he shall be called a wonderful counselor. All right? And the best way you counsel somebody and teach somebody is through experience. Because like I said, it's easy for, you know, a nigga to sit around and say, yeah, man, you know, Shalom, Barakatah, and whatever, man. But if you're not catching hell, that means you're not being counseled in perfection, man. Cause like I said, if you're a brother who, all right, just say for instance, you're a guy who, you know, you catching hell and you don't know when your next meal gonna come, you might go 48 hours without eating, man. You be patient and you gotta wait on the Lord to feed you. All right, but then you got another brother in the same truth as you, but he can eat when he get ready. So guess what? When all hell break loose and food shortages come, he gonna be foreign to that because he was used to eating every 45 damn minutes. But you, on the other hand, you, even though you was probably, you know, you was tormented and you was catching hell, but you gonna have a 48-hour jump start on them niggas because you was able to go 48 hours or whatever without eating. So by default, you're not gonna break as quick as a nigga who haven't experienced nothing. That's why the scriptures say the Lord is a wonderful counselor. So if you're not being chastised, that means that the Most High not dealing with you. He's setting you up for that fall, man. So we're going to tell exactly who going to fall out, man. All right? And who going to bug out. And it's going to be these niggas who ain't got experience. They ain't been enduring. All right? The scripture tell you to constantly endure, man. We're going to constantly endure. And me, myself, I can speak on my own behalf, man. All right? I'm not speaking for nobody else. I have to constantly endure all day, every day, man. You see? But it's gonna benefit me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm being made hard. All right? It ain't gonna be nothing when this shit shut down for me, man. Shit already done shut down for me, man. All right? And this scripture right here gonna drive it home. This is the book of Sirach. I start at, let me start at 25. All right? Because the scripture tells you in Isaiah 33:6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. All right? Sirach 6:25. Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. All right? So, okay, if you're in the truth, sincerely, but you're not grieved or you're not bonded, all right, that means that ain't no sense of you being in the truth, man. All right? Verse 26. Come unto her with thy whole heart and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thy joy. All right? When we coming into the times of the last, we're really here, but we're coming into the times where we're going to see who's who, man. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. Now, that fetters, that's equivalent to like handcuffs. Like when you put cuffs on somebody's feet and their hands and chains. All right? So the same things that had you in distress is going to end up being your defense. I'm going to read it again. Verse 29, then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. So if you're not catching hell, all right, then you going to bug out, period. All right, and we read in the first scripture I brung out, if you're not being chastised, then the Lord look at you as a bastard. Why? Because you're equivalent to a kid that's been coddled. And when the real world hit him, you're going to bug out, period. All right? Ain't nothing else you can, ain't nothing else you can say, ain't nothing else you can come up with. That's what it is. All right? Experience is the best teacher, and that's why the Most High is taking his real men through hell. So at the end, that same hell that you caught is going to be your defense. Because you're going to be able to withstand it, man. So with that, shalom.